We're going to show you some different ways to bore sight a rifle when you have a scope on it. And we're going to show you everything from the original way years ago that we do in the field. If you don't have any equipment with you, all you've got is your rifle and some ammo. We'll go on from that to show you some different, more modern ways that they've come up with to bore sight in the rifle. If you happen to have them with you in the field, you can do it. If not, you can do it at home. It's equipment that you'll have to buy, but the original way didn't have any equipment, just the rifle, the scope, and the ammunition. You start out in the field by removing the bolt from the rifle, set it aside, and you will need something like sandbags or devices to hold that rifle very steady. At about 25-yard distance, you'll set up, if you have it, you can set up a sight-in target like this. You can see it has 1-inch squares and very bright orange crosshairs in the center to put your scope crosshairs dead center on. If you don't have this, pick any target that you can set your crosshairs dead center on. You're going to set your rifle nice and firm and solid in whatever you have to hold it, and then visually look down the bore of the rifle out the front end and put that sight picture you have directly on the target. Then, very gently, you've already taken the cover caps off of your scope. You'll have a device on each place that allows you to move the crosshairs to that exact point that you've sighted through the bore. Twist those crosshairs and move them until they're dead center on the target. Put the caps back on again, put your bolt back in, and using those same solid rests that you have at 25 yards, no more, you'll shoot a round or two into the target. If you're very good and very steady, you can shoot one round, see where that is. Once you've fired that round in the target, let's assume, for example, that you fired your round in the target after your sighting in, and it was only, let's say, 1 inch to the left on the target and 1 inch high. You would adjust the scope to move the crosshairs over and up to that point. So that would be maybe 4 clicks over and 4 clicks up. Put the crosshairs back dead center on target and squeeze off another shot, being very careful to hold your crosshairs dead center on the target. If you're good and you're careful and you're a bit lucky, you can get your bore sight in one shot. At 25 yards, that stretches out to 100 and you're good at 100 yards. The other ways to do is you can get a bore sighting kit like this. This gives you what they call spuds, different diameter units that fit down the bore of the gun and lock in place. And then you have your scope aligner that clamps down to them. You sight through the scope, and there's a grid, a cross grid on here, just the same as that grid that you see right here. You align your scope dead center, go back out to 25 yards in the field, and shoot it in. Everybody's cheek fits a little different on the rifle, so you'll need to sight it in even if you have a professional bore sighted. A couple different ways. You can buy a laser bore sighter. This fits down the center of the muzzle of your gun. Turn that laser sight on. Use these at 25 feet. Crosshairs. Line this red dot up and bring the crosshairs in line with the red dot. One other modern way is you can buy the appropriate cartridge for your gun, fit that in the breech, close the breech on it. That automatically turns on the red or green laser dot, dead center. Adjust your scope crosshairs right to that dot. Get out 25 yards and have fun.